Huge victory last episode for our herd. We go into Ann Arbor and handle number 8 Michigan, at one point leading by 28 points. We come out with the 38-17 victory. Our new quarterback Andrew Adams accounts for 5 total touchdowns, wins his second straight player of the game, and continues to protect the football, yet to turn it over this season. Today, Marshall has its home opener in week 4. It's the start of ACC Conference play, and it's against Florida State. Welcome back to the series. I'm Kimbroplays. Let's go. 2-0 Marshall maintains its spot atop the top 25 polls. We already have 2 top 10 wins, and still somehow 21 people think North Carolina is the best team in the country. That's wild. Also noteworthy from last week, the Clemson Tigers got smoked by number 19 Colorado. 52-14 in Boulder, the Buffs manhandle Clemson, shutting them out in the second half. Colorado sends Clemson to a 1-1 record on the season and spiraling from number 3 down to number 10. We see Clemson a few weeks later in the season, and I'm sure they will be desperate to get a win against us to stay in the playoff hunt. And what do we have here? The Heisman watch list has a new name on it. Andrew Adams officially makes the list and clearly is turning some heads with his early season performance. Steve Breedlove, the Nebraska running back, still leads the way, but watch out for the young quarterback if he continues to play this well. We talked a little bit about Mike Norvell before last season's matchup. A- prestige, 91 job security, 42-33 in his 6 years in Tallahassee. He's done a nice job, and they're off to a 2-0 start so far this year. It's another week, and it is another quarterback injury storyline for our opponent. This week, it's Dan Fitch, 95 overall, 5th-year senior, their leader. He's going to miss this game with a stress fracture in his foot. It'll be a few more weeks until he's healthy, and they are going to miss his 97 throw power in their offense. But it means next guy up, and it's a solid one. Jeff Miller, another 5th-year senior. He's a 90 overall. He's expected to play. He does not have the big arm like Fitch, but he does display elite accuracy, 97 rated for throw accuracy. So I expect him to be able to spread the ball around to their skill guys, most notably Carl Booker, the 94 overall wide receiver, and Aaron Harris, the number 2. He's an 87 overall. So they've got some guys and a quarterback who still can throw it. Jason Williams, the cornerback, is our first official visitor on the season, and I wanted to show you guys our big board of prospects. We've got some high-level guys on here, despite having 5 guys already committed in the class. Atop the list, guys like Young and Alford, both number 1 linebackers in this class at their respective positions, middle and outside. Wilson and Gilliam are both top 5 defensive ends in the class. Ben Pope and Jeff Huff are both really solid elite tackle prospects, and Gross and Harris are some of the best athlete recruits in the country. But talking about Jason Williams a little more, such a fun prospect. The number 6 corner in the class, 5'11", 190, a 4-star from California. He is a speedy zone cover corner. Reminds me a lot of Micah Abraham, if you remember him from the early seasons of this series. 95 speed, 96 acceleration, 81 play rec, 89 zone coverage. We absolutely can work with that. We'll see if we can impress Williams this week on his visit. B overall for this Florida State team with an A- offense and a B- defense. Of course, quarterback 2 going for them in this one, and their defense hasn't been anything special through the first few weeks. Definitely think we can keep it rolling with our offense, and hopefully we can avoid a shootout with the Seminoles today. 5 straight road games to start the year for Florida State, which is really odd, but they have scored 40 points or more in both games, beating FAU and Duke. Of course, not the same level of competition as the 2-time defending national champions. We will present a much stiffer test. Let's get into it. Feels great to be back in the Joan, Huntington, West Virginia, for the home opener of Season 6. Last year, we made a statement against the Seminoles in our first ACC game in program history as we were making the jump to our new conference. We won that game 42-14 against then number 10 Florida State, and it really kicked off the James Fuqua Heisman train. So I'm excited to see if Adams can use this game to catapult his case as well. Florida State gets the ball first to start the day. Starting from their own 30-yard line, it's Jeff Miller in the shotgun, giving left to Williams, finds some room, cuts it back, and then runs into a linebacker. He actually had more space than that. Jeff Miller, number 4, the lefty, getting outside on the edge. Aaron Soule hits him. He spins off that tackle and gets bumped out of bounds. It's 10 yards and a first down. Didn't really expect Miller to use his legs. Here he is, speed option, makes a good decision, gets it out to Matthews, who hurdles and fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Harris, the wide receiver. Oh man, it was almost disaster on this first drive for Florida State. Good job by the Marshall D. This is, let's see, he jumps over Kenneth Daniels. Aaron Soule catches him airborne, flips him upside down. Matthews loses the ball, and they are lucky to recover this one. He's also lucky not to break his neck. Florida State dodges a bullet. 2nd and 2. Miller keeping, calling his own number, running left side. Jeff Miller's got 4, and they convert another first down. Definitely did not anticipate Miller using his legs this much. They go inside zone, sweeping left to Donnie Matthews. He's got 3 yards. Motioning the tight end across the formation. Miller settling in the pocket, throwing deep over the middle. It's underthrown, and David Watkins is going to get credit for a deflection, but how many times have we seen Watkins make that play as an interception? 3rd and 7. Miller settling, looking left. Brian Avery has the 5-yard reception. He's going to be 2 yards short. It's going to leave him with a 4th and 2, and they are going to trot out the kicker, and man, he's got plenty of leg for that thing. Boots it through, and Florida State is able to score in their opening drive, and look at this, UCLA upsetting number 6 Northwestern. That's got to be UCLA's first statement win as a new member school in the Big Ten, and Northwestern, who had been on quite a run, they drop a game early here in the season, and another big team goes down. That's Penn State taking care of number 7 Oregon, 38-17, as the Ducks drop their first game of the year. So Florida State gets on the board first, and Marshall is going to get their first opportunity to touch it. Eric Love from his own goal line cuts it outside left, across the 20, across the 30, 35, 40, and then gets knocked out. 41-yard return for Eric Love, who seems to be doing a little bit better this season in his 2nd time being our main guy returning kicks. Andrew Adams looking for somebody to throw it to, ends up throwing this one away on first down. Sweep right to Casey Smith on 2nd and 10. We're able to get 5 back, leaving us a 3rd and manageable. Adams, well protected, has all day, decides to take off, and he's going to use his legs. He's been so good at that this year. Slides himself safely out of bounds after picking up the first. Adams has been such a good dual threat guy. I'm really enjoying his poise. And look at Casey Smith continuing his strong run of play. 10 yards and a first down as he jukes and wiggles his way to a first. Clemens gets in his first carry of the day, has 4 as he bangs it up inside, stays on the field for 2nd and 6, but it's a zone read keeper for Adams, and he uses his legs for another conversion. And a good opening drive here for Marshall as we've marched it into the red zone. Looking right, late to the sideline for Chambers. He throws a little high. Adams misses. Now we go draw inside to Casey Smith, catching Florida State sleeping. 12-yard pickup as Casey's inside the 5. Excuse me, he's at the 6. Zone read keeper, Adams on it, and it's 7 yards in. Marshall scores on its opening drive, as it was a really nice combination of quarterback runs, running back runs, and a few short throws. And Brendan Armstrong out there in front as a lead blocker. Nobody to block. That's a good way to set it up, and it means you designed it up pretty good. Jeff Miller, 2nd drive of the day. Florida State going backwards on first down as Mario Sanders in the D rallies up. 2nd and 11. Turn and give to Matthews. Pushes through Eric Love. Falls forward. He's got a few, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 6. Miller under pressure, going to get hit as he throws, and it's Jermaine Johnson going to quickly force the 3 and out as he gets a huge sack here in the first quarter. Set them up with a 4th and 14. They punted. We get a good return, and our drive's going to start just shy of the 50. 2 yards on first down. It's a 2nd and 8. Adams drifting, and he's going to take a sack. Holding the ball a little too long, indecisive, didn't scramble. We lose 11 on that play. 3rd and 19. Got to get a few back here. Brennan Armstrong on the post route, and he drops it as we're now 0 of 3 to start the day through the air, and we've got to punt it. So both teams score on their opening drive, end up going 3 and out on their second drive as both quarterbacks and offenses try to settle in. Sowell was out there guarding Avery. Don't know how he ran past the ball. Should have had an INT there. Jeff Miller, zone read keeper, gets clipped, stays up, goes down. Jermaine Johnson, another nice play. He's got a TFL. Playing behind the sticks a lot, Florida State has, and they're going to continue to go backwards. Aaron Sowell picks up a huge TFL, the true freshman linebacker, and it's 3rd and forever. Miller looking to set up the screen, gets it away. They get it out to Williams. Look at Ryan Young range all the way over from his middle linebacker position and trail the play. Does a great job because that was well blocked. We get a 19-yard return, and we are set up again from about midfield as we fake the wide receiver screen, try to scramble it, and only pick up 1. I think we barely got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9, Casey Smith juking, looking to get upfield. He's got 5. It's a 3rd and short upcoming as we motion Brennan Armstrong out to the wide receiver position. Just a bit of a dummy as we just go inside with Casey Smith, trying to get 1 additional defender out of the box. Motioning Matthews into the backfield. Crisscrossing with Smith. They give it right to Smith. He picks up 6 as this Marshall run game definitely is more diverse under new offensive coordinator Aaron Roderick. Obviously much more designed quarterback run, doing a really good job running out of shotgun. Flipping it out to Tommy Chambers after picking up the first down. Short gain of 2. Play action here, 2nd and 8. Tommy Chambers in the left flat again. Back jukes, falling forward. 12 yards and a first down as Marshall's moving it. About the 25, another draw play. Doing a really good job with these delayed runs to Casey Smith early in this game. He picks up 9. Andrew Adams settling into shotgun. Now steps up into the pocket, scrambles, slides down. He's down at about the 5, using his legs again, and Marshall threatening to score their 2nd touchdown on the day. 1st and goal. There it is. Design quarterback power down here around the goal line. Works like a charm. 4-yard run, 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Andrew Adams. He scores from 7, now he scores from 4, and Marshall takes the 14-3 lead as we've gotten it going on the ground a little bit today. Jeff Miller trying to go speed option, flips it late to Matthews. Nice tackle by Mario Sanders. He was kind of the last man standing. They get 4. Now a 2nd and 6. It's another speed option. No, this was a shovel option, and he didn't choose either guy. Could have pitched it, could have shoveled it forward. Aaron Soule read it regardless, just went after the quarterback. TFL, and it's a 3rd and 10. Lobbing on the corner route, and Strong is going to get it. Eric Love is able to drag him down, but it's 33 yards for Clint Strong as we again do not get Kenneth Daniels to reach up and animate for a swat. That's really driving me crazy. 1st and 10, a little pressure on Miller. Couldn't step into the throw. It goes high. 2nd and 10 as he turns, gives to Matthews. Picks up a nice block, stiff arms. Aaron Soule gets drugged down by Daniels. Good tough run by Donnie Matthews. He's got 13. 33 yards on 5 carries already for Matthews. He's been very good. Falling forward, gets another 5. 5 minutes to go in the first half, and they run straight into Tyrone Hooper, who drags down the running back, Williams. It's going to leave him with a short 3rd and 3. Play action, little short rollout, but he's a lefty, so it's kind of awkward. Chris Jones, the fullback, catches it, gets bumped, and it's going to force Florida State to go backwards and try another field goal. Perfect by their kicker, who's got a hell of a boot. Going to get them 3 more points. 14-6 is our score. 4.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter as we quickly flip it on our first play of the drive out to Chandler Taylor, able to get 5. Inside give now, sweeping left to Casey Smith as the zone blocking run scheme has worked for us out of shotgun. 66 yards already on 10 carries for Smith. He's been great. Adams looking deep, stepping up, running into his own blocking, and he's going to go down. Andrew Adams. As soon as we started to sprint, we looked to go right. We wanted to cut it back left, ran straight into our own blocking. Unfortunate to take that sack there as we step up on the exact same thing. That's what we wanted to do the first time. We wanted to be decisive and go to the left side. This time it works as we scramble for a first down. Marshall's passing game not really getting started, having trouble finding holes in the defense. Matthews on the drag route picks up 6, leaving us a 2nd and 4. 2:40 left to go in the half. Adams flips it down to Armstrong. He kind of comes back for the ball, only has a gain of 1. And it's a 3rd and 3. 2:05 left, play action. Adams looking deep, gonna launch it. He's got a man down there. It's William Matthews breaking a tackle and finding his way into the end zone. 53-yard touchdown reception. Adams is 6 of 9 for 79 yards and now has a big shot deep downfield. We go play action, and look at this. We are looking at that safety on the back right. He shuffles his feet just a little bit. Matthews has a step as he runs the deep post route, and beautiful throw from Andrew Adams. He doesn't have like 90-plus arm strength, but he's got plenty to get it down there, and that was a gorgeous dime he just dropped. 21-6, huge explosive play for Marshall. Jeff Miller and Florida State need to find a way to put some more points on the board before half. There's Carl Booker, their best wide receiver. He picks up 15 as they look to set up the screen. It's well blocked. Nobody's out there for Marshall. Ryan Young does a good job trailing it and brings down Donnie Matthews, but he's got 14. Jeff Miller, an efficient 7 of 9 to start the game. Lots of dinks and dunks, nothing really huge downfield. This is a good throw over the middle to Brian Avery, his tight end. 1st and 10, minute to go, all 3 timeouts, and this is a throwaway, or it could have been high, trying to get the out route. Nevertheless, it's incomplete on 1st down. 2nd and 10. as we play a little zone, finding Clint Strong over the middle, easy slant route. There's the first timeout by Norvell. Inside give to Matthews on 3rd and 3. This one's going backwards. Really interesting to take the timeout. 3rd and short, you know you need points and you decide to run it inside, which you haven't had success doing all day. You have had success trotting out this kicker with the huge steel toe. He hits another one, 9 points on the board on 3 field goals. Notre Dame and NC State, a good top 25 matchup here early in the year. 7-point ball game as they're closing in on halftime. 49 seconds, 2 timeouts. We'll see how aggressive Marshall wants to be. Brennan Armstrong on the out route has 7 as Adams settles in. They only rush 4. We find Armstrong again as he steps out of bounds. 30 seconds. Adams, well protected, flipping it out on the wheel route to Casey Smith, juking upfield, making 3 men miss, falling forward. Casey Smith, what an electric reception. Coach Mayo decides to take the timeout with 22 seconds left. Marshall definitely going to be down inside of field goal range. Zone read keeper for Adams. He's inside the 20. 18 seconds left. Clock's going to stop as we reset the sticks, and we are definitely knocking on the door of another score. Dropping it down to Casey Smith on the check down, finding forward, finding a little room. Casey Smith looking tough. Has it inside the 5 as Adams checks over at the sideline. Clock running. 7 seconds. Gets the snap. Instantly pressured. Has to throw it away. 4 seconds left. It's 2nd and goal. And you know what? Got down here kind of improbably. Let's go ahead and take the points. 24-9. Marshall tacks on another 3. And that is our halftime score. Heck of a 2-minute drill. Heck, don't even call it that. It was a 1-minute drill. 2 timeouts. Andrew Adams gets the arm going. Finds all kinds of targets downfield. And we're able to add more to the first half score. Only 49 rush yards for Florida State. Both teams pretty similar on time of possession, but we've done a really good job, balanced, now passing and rushing. Marshall's going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. We go speed option on 1st down. Don't have that play in the playbook very often, but this one goes for 6. Adams makes a few checks at the line, 2nd and 4. Finds the check down. The left flat has been wide open for us today. This time it's Brennan Armstrong. He's got 11 in a 1st down. Little counter run, this time to the wide side over to Casey Smith. Wiggles. He has 10 and another big chunk. 82 yards rushing, that big play on the final possession of the first half in the passing game. He has been great today. And here's Brennan Armstrong rumbling. We're having so much success finding room in the flats, dumping it down to the sidelines. Armstrong's got 41 yards on 5 catches already. Smith stumbling forward. Casey Smith showing a ton of power. He's supposed to be a speed back, but he came back from the offseason and has been really good. And now there's no Andrew Adams. There's a glitch in the game. I'm untackleable, so I just decided to run this out of bounds. I have never seen that before. We randomly just don't have a quarterback, and he's invisible. So a little bit of an NCAA revamped glitch there, I think, and then we instantly take a sack. So all has evened out for Florida State as we go play action, 2nd and long, finding Chambers on the curl. He's going to get it all back. He's got it inside the 10, 21-yard reception. Marshall knocking on the door again. Look at Casey Smith finding a seam. He's got 8 yards down to the 2. 2nd and 2. Adams looking to throw, getting outside the pocket, throws late to the sideline. Matthews toe tapping, and he's going to find his way in. William Matthews, Andrew Adams linking up as we extend the play out along the sideline. Matthews somehow keeps a couple toes in, and he sneaks his way into the end zone. Florida State is in a world of hurt as we tackle the extra point. 31-9, Marshall in full control of this one. Now, first possession of the second half, down so many points. Florida State running speed option. Jeff Miller breaks 3 tackles, is able to get 7 out of that somehow. But they're going to need a few explosive chunk plays through the air to keep up, because this is not going to work to keep running. There's Avery over the middle as Miller dances around in the backfield, has 12. 1st and 10, yard shy of the midfield stripe. Miller, as we send pressure, it's man coverage, and look at Kenneth Daniels. Fights through the ball as this guy has to complete the catch to the ground. He's unable to as Daniels lodges it free. Beautifully done in man coverage defense. Now Avery over the middle. They've had some success finding that tight end. It's a 3rd and 4. Marshall, man coverage across the board. As they look deep down the side, it's Strong, breaking a tackle, finding more room, up the sidelines, finally steps out of bounds, and that's something you do not see very often. David Watkins in press man coverage, our best corner. He gets beat off the line of scrimmage. They hit a chunk play in the passing game. Set up inside the 11. That's exactly what Florida State needed. As they go inside, give to Williams. It goes backwards. They probably need to keep the throw game going. Aaron Sowell with his 3rd TFL. Same exact design. They go to Williams. He gets his 3 yards back, leaving them with a 3rd and 8. Miller in shotgun over the middle to Booker. He's got it just short of the goal line. They give it to him. It's a 1st and goal. Matthews going backwards as he did pick up the 1st down. Tackle for loss. That one was our boy Paul Stratton, DT2. Miller in shotgun over the middle. Avery drops it. He threw it on his back hip. Avery couldn't haul it in, and it's quickly to 3rd and goal from the 4. Miller offset pistol. Pressure comes. They pick it up. He dances. He looks to run. He's going to go down. Big time sack by the Marshall D. They're going to credit this one to Aaron Sowell as he fought off a block from the wide receiver, and that is a huge stop by the Marshall D as they force another field goal. Wow, Florida State squanders a great chance to score a touchdown. They tack on another 3, but 31-12. We're scoring touchdowns and they're kicking field goals. Inside give, Casey Smith breaks a tackle and jukes. Now getting upfield, 24 yards, another explosive run. Now he's up over 100. That was a nasty juke at the 2nd level, and they're lucky to toe tap him, bring him down. Tommy Chambers motioning into the backfield. Now a little orbit motion as we eventually do flip it down to him. Not lots of space out there for Tommy Chambers. Breaks a tackle, hits a stiff arm. It's 9 yards as we motion it to Chambers again. This time it's a jet sweep. He's got some room. Tommy Chambers looking good. Running outside the numbers. It's back-to-back 21-yard pickups for Tommy Chambers. Well done here. Casey Smith now zigzagging on a little cutback. He's got 11 as he finds another 1st down, and this Marshall offense is absolutely rolling. So Florida State cannot afford to take all of these field goals as we quickly flip it. Lou Walker, tight little window throw there, but we find 7 yards for Lou, and it's a 2nd and 3 as the 3rd quarter winds to a close. Casey Smith caps off the drive. 9-yard touchdown on what has been such a great performance by 25, carrying the football. He finally gets into the end zone today. Another studio update, checking in again on this NC State Notre Dame game. Fighting Irish taking a 3-point lead into the 4th quarter, most likely 24-21. Wow, 38-12 as we start the 4th quarter. Marshall has been awesome on offense as they find Matthews out of the backfield as we were a little aggressive there. Finally drugged down, 30-yard check down. Mario Sanders gets whooped in man coverage, kind of gets juked by Matthews, misses the tackle, and all we had back there was Daniels and Watkins. They do finally bring him down, but nice chunk play. Little momentum back in Florida State's direction. Miller over the middle finding Nicholas. He's got the 1st down on the slant route. Now Miller under pressure off his back foot. Coming back for the ball is Harris. Wide receiver 2 picks up 7. Now inside give to Matthews as they're inside the red zone. Fighting off tackles. Finally gets hit and drugged down. Matthews hasn't been bad. He's been solid. I don't think they've done him a lot of favors with the run game. It's a nice tackle there by Corey Brown, chopping the legs of the fullback Chris Jones. Gets the TFL. Here's Matthews again. Look, showing a lot of strength on his run game. He's been okay. They just have not helped him out with the rest of the play calling. It's a 3rd and goal from the 6. Miller, little shoulder shimmy, now throwing late to the end zone, and it's Jonathan Nicholas. 6-yard touchdown as this play just took so long to develop. We are in zone coverage. No one playing with their head on a swivel, and too many people standing defending grass, not men. And they get into the end zone. That's an important score. Their 1st touchdown on the day for Florida State. 38-19 now is the scores. We quickly flip it out to William Matthews on 1st down, and he gets chopped down, and I think he's going to stay down. 4 catches, 63 yards, 2 scores for Matthews, and unfortunately, he's hurting. Hopefully, it's not a prolonged long-term injury. 2nd and 8. Inside give, nope, zone read keeper. Andrew Adams finding some room, breaking a tackle. He's got a ton of green grass in front of him. This is what he does, folks. Andrew Adams, oh no, he gets caught. 69-yard explosive quarterback run game. Jimmy Thomas runs all the way downfield to drag him down, but check this out. The power, the speed, and unfortunately unable to get the final couple blocks as he outruns his offensive lineman and the DBs track him down. Strained pec, only going to miss a quarter for William Matthews, so that's great news. He's not going to be out for very long. But Adams, man, oh man, what an elite quarterback. And Casey Smith, that's easy. Easy money. Inside zone out of shotgun. Smith into the end zone for the 2nd time. And look at him just bulldoze at the goal line. Number 29 had no chance. Didn't even flinch. 25 into the end zone. Marshall quick scores it right back. 45-19 as we're inside of 6 minutes left in the 4th. Look at this play. Eric Love dragging him down. That's a nice stop tackle. So we look like we're sending double safety pressure, and we are, and Miller quickly gets it out of his hand, not trying to feel the smoke of both safeties closing in on him. Now looking late to the sideline. Oh my goodness, Mario Sanders, as Doherty has 22 yards. Sanders couldn't find the ball. Miller, late over the middle, finds Harris again. 9-yard reception as they're continuing to throw the ball and move it downfield. Credit to them, now that they're well behind the game, finally throwing it downfield. Watkins, no way! Is that Harris again? It is. This ball should have been intercepted by David Watkins. That's 2 that he should have taken back the other way, and he got blown up on a press coverage play. So not a great day for David Watkins. Nice play there by Young, dragging down Matthews. There's Ryan Young again, getting Joe Irons out of the backfield. It's a 3rd and 4. Miller, late over the middle, finding Strong. It's a nice first down throw as they're down inside Marshall territory. In the red zone, 1st and 10. 3:35 left to go. A strike to Brandon Williams for 16 yards. I think that's the running back coming out of the backfield on a seam ball. Jeff Miller throws a strike, and unfortunately, Marshall gives up a late score. Notre Dame and NC State now deadlocked at 24, under 5 minutes to go. Both teams 2-0 and ranked. That's going to be a good finish. Here is the onside kick as Florida State down 45-26. Lou Walker hauls it in. I think that's most likely going to seal it as we got 3 minutes to play. Probably just need to run this ball out, and Marshall's going to walk away with the victory. Don't love how we gave up some late scores. 4th quarter, we didn't play as great of D as we did the other 3 quarters, but the offense was just so elite. There probably wasn't anything Florida State was going to be able to do. 3rd and 6 with 2:40 to go. Marshall kind of being stupid. Now a launch downfield, and Cedric Britt on the jump ball, and he's going to score. 38-yard touchdown on 3rd and medium. Andrew Adams, and Marshall dials it up. I guess, they're still kicking onside kicks. They still think they're in it. Check out this throw from Adams. Basically hit as he throws, doesn't have an ability to step into it, but 6'6", converted wide receiver, stud tight end Cedric Britt just out-jumps Neal, the safety, in single coverage, and then has the speed to finish off the play. Oh man, Cedric Britt, what a stud. Marshall 52-26 with 2:30 left to go. Jeff Miller giving it to Matthews. I'm sure this is the final action as the final few plays and time tick off. This is it. Last chances for the Florida State offense. They give it to Doherty. He fights off Mario Sanders, but Tony Doherty going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 5, they end up deciding to punt it, and that's going to be the end. Andrew Adams going to kneel this one out. Marshall going to get it done. Beautifully done. I love to see it. Andrew Adams in the victory formation. That's what we love to see. Marshall handles their business against the Seminoles. 52-26 is our final in a game that we controlled right from the word go. We give up the initial field goal drive on Florida State's first possession, but then it was Marshall full speed ahead the rest of the time. We had a 38-12 lead to start the 4th quarter, and Andrew Adams continues his hot streak. 242 yards passing, adds another 115 with his legs, buoyed by that huge long run. 5 touchdowns again, and still hasn't turned the ball over. What an unreal start from this QB. He's been showing a ton of poise for being such a young player. We rush for 291 as a team. We throw for 242. So it was a really balanced effort from us offensively. I thought we called a really, really good game plan. Florida State throws for 301. Much of that, of course, as they were down big, and they were pretty much rendered one-dimensional from early in the game, having no options on the ground. But Miller was solid. 301 yards, 2 touchdowns. The backup quarterback definitely can carry this Florida State team as long as they need to. But how about Aaron Sowell, the #1 middle linebacker in last year's class, the true freshman, starting for the defending champions? 7 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, a sack, a forced fumble. Probably could have had an INT early in that game on the sideline. Welcome to the ACC, rookie. Well done. And we got to talk about Casey Smith. Finishes off the day, 20 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was elusive, showed power. He's only 6', 188, has great speed, but he has really brought the hammer a lot this season. I'm really enjoying running the ball with Casey Smith. Week 5 is here already. Marshall is on a bye, so let's check in on a few things and advance another week before we end the episode. It's a plus 600 visit for our guy Jay Will, the cornerback. We also have a slew of guys ready to set official visits with us now. All of those guys are ready to schedule their visits. Checking out the coaches poll, Marshall stays at #1. The rest of the top 5 handles their business as well this week, and this is a reminder that season 6 is going to be the start of the 12-team playoff, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye at the full top 10 as we go through the rankings rankings in the season. And while the top 5 was safe this week, others in the top 10 were not so lucky. Number 8 Notre Dame does eventually go down 31-24 at home to NC State, so the ACC picks up a huge victory. We play both of those teams later in the year, so that's really interesting to see how close matched they are. As we saw, number 7 Oregon went down to Penn State, and number 6 Northwestern loses in a barn burner 42-41 to UCLA. And USC continues to struggle to get it right, now losing their second game of the year as they slide from 13th to 22nd, losing to Iowa 31-10. Now that the first few conference games have been played, let's look at the ACC Conference standings. Marshall and NC State are the class of the Atlantic so far, and Clemson, always love to see them down at the bottom in 7th. Heisman watch, it appears Andrew Adams is the real deal. Coach Mayo out here doing his best Lincoln Riley impression as he has another quarterback in the Heisman discussion. It's early, of course, but Andrew Adams is right there in the mix, and if he continues to play this well, he could be there at the end. Marshall now opening up a 900-point lead on Pitt after Jay Will came for his visit. He's now 95% locked in on his decision, so we're going to keep the pressure on him and try to get him in this class ASAP before he can take that official visit in week 8 to Pitt. We do have an upgrade point for Coach Mayo. Somehow he's already up to a level 32. Where has time gone? We're going to put this one into setup artist. Going to continue to help out our first-year offensive coordinator. And let's move forward another week. Week 6 is here. McCall, the kicker, 2 wide receivers will be making their trips to Huntington this week for the Miami game, and 3 more players tell us they want to come, including Ryan Allen, a top tight end recruit, 78 overall. I would love to get a commitment from him. Miami heading to Huntington in our next matchup. It appears they dropped a game this week, sliding down to number 16. And as we check out the team schedule, something is in the water. They lose 48-17 at home to our rival West Virginia, and they barely beat Indiana a few weeks ago, winning by 3. They actually might be fraudulent. So we'll dive into everything about the Hurricanes next week. Thank you guys so much for kicking it with me in this one against Florida State. Thanks for all the love you show to this series. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace.